If I were to fight Jake Paul, I would take it completely seriously like a real fight, and I'd whoop his ass. I'd beat him.
I don't think he ever gets in the ring and risks his alpha male appearance.
Jake Paul fighting Andrew Tate, you heard that right, it's finally happening, and honestly it feels like the internet just got its next big obsession for days. Jake's been dodging Tate like he's allergic to unscripted punches, but now surprise a mountain of cash has convinced him to step up. Shocking, I know.
So we've seen them square up for the first time. The internet blew up, everyone was talking about this fight. But why? So we've got Andrew Tate, who's the most spoken about man in the world right now. He is absolutely everywhere. Then we've got this guy, Jake Paul, who is making massive moves in the boxing scene. And he is one of the most famous people in the world right now as well.
Hyping this up as real boxing, and fans are expecting Jake to finally face a real fighter. Will this be Jake's redemption arc? Or the reality check he didn't ask for? Stay tuned, because this one's going to be wild, where Andrew Tits.
Where Andrew Tits steps in with that long lead hook, and it's a good shot. There it's again, that long lead hook. He hurts the guy. Ooh, blasts him to the body.
Accepting the challenge, less than 24 hours later, he hit back with a response that screamed classic Jake Paul energy. Tate can't survive this match. He's only doing this for money. Oh, the irony of a YouTuber turned boxer accusing someone else of being in it for the cash. This isn't just another fight. It's a clash of egos, brands, and bank accounts. It's the ultimate showdown between two men who think they're unstoppable. And for better or worse, the world can't look away. Let's see into what makes this fight the most talked about event of 2025.
I actually quite like Jake, and I think he trains really hard.
Yeah.
And I think he's dedicated to the sport, and he's seriously actually a boxer. I don't think he's a YouTuber, I think he's a boxer.
Get one thing straight, both Andrew Tate and Jake Paul are already swimming in cash. Jake, the self-proclaimed problem child, has an estimated net worth of $300 million. That fortune comes from his YouTube stunts, social media empire, and of course his highly profitable, albeit highly criticized boxing career. But Andrew Tate, he's got an estimated $400 million in the bank, courtesy of his kickboxing career, online hustling programs, and endless controversy. The man has practically built a business out of being unlikable.
If you want to fight, you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living fuck out of a fucking goofy, fucking entitled dickhead like you. You know my name, Andrew Tate. Fucking Google it if you want to know more. Any day, any time.
When Jake accused Tate of fighting for money, Tate predictably fired back. I don't fight for money. This is personal, he insisted. Sure, Andrew, we believe you. It's definitely not about the $100 million in projected pay-per-view revenue, or the chance to sell even more overpriced self-help courses to your loyal followers. Definitely not on paper. Andrew Tate has the upper hand with a professional kickboxing record of 76 wins and only 9 losses. He's not just a guy who talks big, he's actually been in the trenches, known for his knockout power and psychological mind games. Tate has spent years intimidating opponents, long before they step into the ring. If combat sports were a chess match, Tate would be the guy flipping the board while delivering a smug lecture about how inferior you.
Logan's got to see it.
Andrew Tate will not fight Jake, and if he does, it'd be a money fight. He's going to get his ass.
So much money.
He's going to get his ass kicked, and the top G facade will finally be.
Jake Paul, on the other hand, is defeated in his celebrity boxing career with 8 wins and 8 losses. Impressive, right? Well, only if you ignore the fact that most of his opponents have been retired athletes, former MMA fighters, and fellow internet personalities who probably signed up more for the paycheck than the glory. Critics love to call Jake a fake fighter, and this match is his chance to finally shut them up. Or not if he loses. Well, let's just say Twitter is going to have a field day. What's a good fight without some pre-match trash talk? Andrew Tate has already started swinging verbally, of course. He called Jake Paul a boy pretending to be a fighter, which, let's face, it is the kind of line Tate probably practices in front of a mirror. Jake never want to back down from a verbal sparring match. Shot back with his own gem. Tate is all talk, I'll shut him down in the ring.
Come on, fight!
Hey! 30 seconds. Come on, 20 seconds to work. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Work.
Work. Work.
This back and forth isn't just entertainment, it's strategy. Tate is a master of psychological warfare, using every opportunity to get under his opponent's skin. Jake, however, thrives on being underestimated. He's built his entire boxing career on proving people wrong, so don't count him out just yet. Both fighters are taking their training seriously. Andrew Tate has reportedly ramped up his prep operation with elite boxing coaches, focusing on translating his kickboxing skills into a pure boxing style. For someone who spent years relying on kicks, knees, and elbows, this is a significant adjustment. But if there's one thing Tate loves more than his Bugatti collection, it's proving people wrong. Jake Paul, meanwhile, is sticking with his tried and true team, led by coach BJ Flores. Insiders say Jake is doubling down on endurance drills to prepare for Tate's knockout power. Jake knows he's not the most experienced fighter, but he's a workhorse in training, and that's earned him the grudging respect of even his harshest critics. Well, some of them. For Jake Paul, this fight is about respect. Despite his success, he's still viewed by many as a YouTuber who got lucky. Beating Andrew Tate would be his ultimate told you so moment, a chance to silence the doubters once and for all. But if he loses, a loss to Tate would be a PR nightmare. His entire brand is built on being the underdog who always comes out on top. Losing would shatter that narrative, and the memes alone would be brutal for Andrew Tate. This fight is about legacy. He's made it clear that he views celebrity boxing as a joke, and he's determined to bring honor back to combat sports. A win would solidify him as a versatile fighter who can dominate in multiple disciplines. But let's not kid ourselves, Tate has just as much to lose as Jake. If he's defeated by a guy who started his career filming prank videos, his credibility and his massive ego will take a serious hit. Why don't you lose to?
All you've got left is somebody like me. He mentioned me before, and there'll be people out there saying, "Oh, Carl's talking about himself. He's after a payday." Listen, I'm not after a payday. I'm doing all right. No problems in my fight.
Predictably, the internet has exploded with reactions to this matchup. A recent Twitter poll showed that 65% of fans are backing Andrew Tate, while 35% are rooting for Jake Paul. TikTok is flooded with memes, fight predictions, and clips of both men training. Hashtags like #TatePaul 2025 and Asriel Boxing Returns have racked up over 500 million views, proving once again that the internet loves nothing more than a good drama. Even celebrities are getting in on the action. Logan Paul, Jake's older brother, publicly doubted Tate's chances, saying Tate's biting off more than he can chew with Jake.
Why do you lose to an old man who's a tiger? I live in the real fucking world, Jake. There's a whole bunch of fighters out here who live in the real fucking world. Men who are dangerous and dedicated their lives to this sport and don't have a fucking fraction of the money you have because you managed to become a fucking